Hi friends, it's Miss Jenifer at Somerset Academy of Music, and today I'm excited because I am back today again for another in our technical exercise series. We are in Book 1, Group 2, Exercise 5. Today's going to be a really cool one, so I am excited. But before we get started, I would just like to thank you for watching the video. If you find it at all helpful, please consider giving this a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. And you're always welcome to share my videos with your friends and family. Okay, so we're going to still be in C position as we were in exercise 2, 3, and 4. And please, if you haven't checked those videos out and learned those exercises, I would recommend that you go back, learn those exercises first before coming here to learn number 5, as these series of exercises are progressive. Okay, as I said, we're going to be in C position. We're going to be adding some accent signs, and we're going to have 2 different accents that we're going to be using. We're going to be using one that's called the marcato, looks like this. And that means to play the note with more force than we would even with an accent that looks like this, which means to play the note with more force. So the marcato is just a more emphasized accent than the standard accent. So we're going to be playing our chords with that accent and then backing off when we play the single notes. And you'll be able to see that as I demonstrate. So we're going to start with we're going to be playing the C chord, which is just the notes C, E, and G, and the G7, B, F, G. If you've been playing the exercises so far, you should be really familiar with those chords by now. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate the right hand first, just the notes, and then we'll talk about the accents and the rhythm. Okay, so we're going to start with a C chord staccato twice. Then we're going to do eighth notes, just playing the notes C and E back and forth like this. C, E, C, E. Then we're going to play the G7 chord twice, staccato. Then individual notes, B, F, B, F, back to the C chord twice, staccato, then C, E, C, E, G7 twice, and then end on a C half note. Okay, so all the chords that you saw, those are the ones you're going to want to emphasize with a marcato, so with a lot of force, which basically just means hitting them harder or louder. And then when you play the individual notes, we're going to soften those up and play those more gently. Then the final chord at the end, the C, we're going to emphasize, but not as much as we did with the other chords. We're just going to accent that one slightly. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. That right hand again, so you can, and I'm going to count it and put the accents in. Are you ready? Here we go. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? All right, let's go through hands together now. Left hand is playing unison with the right hand, so it's playing the same chords, the C and the G7, and the same single notes as well. I'll play it a little bit slower, but I will be counting. Okay, looks like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There you go. So that is a great exercise to start working on, number 1, your strength of playing the chords with force, and then also the ability to back off and play softly, adjusting back and forth on your dynamics, as we call the terms of playing lighter and softer. Louder and softer. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. And I will be back next week with exercise 6. See you then. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.